All right, we've got this old pair of leather shoes. We're going to get them spiffed up, cleaned up, even the shoelaces, baby. Let's get started. Welcome to the video and to my channel. Thanks for clicking. We've got these old pair of work shoes. These are pure leather and they just take a beating. Day-to-day use, lots of walking, etc. So we're going to be getting these things all cleaned up in this video, including the shoelaces. We'll get them pretty much looking brand new to get started. We're going to bring them over to the sink. We got Dawn soap and a sponge, a double-sided sponge, and also some Vaseline. I'll talk about that in a minute. And of course, you need a rag of some type. So supplies are pretty simple. We're going to start by undoing the shoelaces. While we're doing that, welcome to the channel. Click that subscribe button, like this video, and share this with somebody that you know. I do lots of home projects around the house, trying to save you time and money out there. And if you're interested in turning your skills and hobbies into cash like I'm doing on this channel, yeah, I'm going to teach you how you can make your own YouTube channel just like I did with no prior experience. You can check that link in the description below. I've got a full course that teaches you step by step how to do that. All right, so we're going to take all of the shoelaces off just like this. And that's pretty simple to do. Your shoelaces may need replaced if they are not in great shape. We're going to just set those aside for now and use the existing shoelaces and actually clean them. Because when we do a job, we do it right from start to finish. We don't just clean the shoes and keep the shoelaces all dirty. You'd be surprised how dirty those shoelaces get. Anyway, you see what I did there? Actually, my wife here, my helper, and she put a little soap there and just dab it on the sponge. And this is where you're going to need that double-sided. The green side is like more coarse and rougher, so it can handle the soles pretty well and get up some of that grime that's, actually on there. While as the soft yellow side of this particular sponge is a little softer and it's not going to, damage the leather or anything like that. By the way, I'll put links down in the description below for all the supplies that you see in this video, so you can check those out if you're like, what kind of sponge is that? I don't know. We pick this stuff up at the store, but you can buy it online. I put all these links for, easy places for you to get it online. Of course, you could probably just go to the store and get it for cheaper, but it depends. You can get some great deals online too. So you can see here, I'm just kind of methodically, or my wife, I keep saying we are methodically cleaning. So it does take a little bit of scrubbing. And you might be concerned with water on leather. I've been doing this every time and it doesn't seem to, deteriorate or anything. You might want to put a sealant on your shoe. If that's the case, that's another topic, I think. But just a little bit of water, a little bit of Dawn soap, and just kind of scrubbing this out, rinsing. You don't want to saturate the leather, obviously. And, if you have an opinion about this, if you think water damages leather, in terms of how much water that you're seeing in this video, feel free to comment down below and share that opinion. In my experience, I've not had any issues with this amount of water on leather in terms of a cleaning methodology, if you will. So we're going to do that with basically both shoes, paying particular, attention to trouble spots, the tips of the shoes, the soles, and the sides. Basically, we're not holding back. We're going to leave no leaf unturned, or no rock unturned is the phrase, I suppose. I did notice a little bit of string that needs a little trimming, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that with some scissors. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're going to be putting on some Vaseline at two different stages during this cleaning process. The first one is while the leather is still kind of shiny from the water, from the cleaning process. We're not going to wait quite yet for it to dry completely. We'll just put a little layer on like that. And that's kind of similar logic like with your skin. After you get out of the shower, put on lotion while your skin is still a little bit damp, and the theory is that it traps some of that moisture in there. And so, leather is essentially skin, so that same logic kind of applies here. You don't obviously have to do this. You could skip this step and put on the Vaseline later, or not any at all, or you could put on a sealant instead. And you'd want to, if you do put on a sealant, a leather sealant, you'll want to obviously read those instructions on should you apply it. Probably dry, but that's obviously dependent on the brand and whatnot. But we're putting on a little bit, just a nice healthy coat. You don't want it, sticky or globby or anything like that. Just a nice shiny coat. And then we'll take it outside and everything is just going to hang out, not in the direct sunlight, but outside for it to dry. And while that's drying, we're going to now turn our attention to the shoelaces you can see here. And we're using pretty much the same supplies here. We've got our Dawn soap and our sponge again. Now shoelaces they're not leather, so you can, you don't need to hold back here. You can get them, it's completely saturated, and that you could even soak them in a bowl of water if you really want to have some fun. And depending on the strength and these are in pretty good shape still, so they can handle a little bit of, you can see the technique here, just a soapy brush running it through that green coarse side of the sponge. And you're going to see lots of, you can see it right there on right there. That's just like pure dirt coming out. You wouldn't think to clean your shoelaces, right? But we're like, well, we're going to go to town on this pair of leather shoes. We might as well clean the shoelaces too. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can see a lot of that cloudy, dirty water being rinsed off here. And so that's kind of the technique. If I could do this part over again, I would probably soak it in a bowl of Dawn soap and water, right? And just let it just like saturate. But that's probably the OCD in me. This gets the job done as well. Just do several passes with that sponge and then rinse everything out really well. You basically want the water to run clear. That's going to be your kind of barometer to know, hey, these shoelaces are clean. If you just do it one time, you're still going to leave a bunch of dirt and stuff trapped in those shoelaces. So with them basically rinsed out and squeezed out, we're going to bring them outside to dry. In the direct sunlight would be fine, or we'll just kind of, I don't know, just needs air and heat, right? And we happen to be in an environment where it's pretty nice out right now, so we'll just let that dry. And they are dry. Several hours later, we can come back. Everything is completely dry. And here's what we're going to do next. We're going to lace up the shoes. And there's an art to that as well. But I'll make a separate video on how to artfully lace up your shoes, the shoelaces. You think it's pretty easy, right? But you're like, wait a minute. Do I go under or over here? And they're the different lengths. Or I did one shoe one way and the other shoe the different way. Anyway, we'll get that fast forwarded for you. They're all laced up. Look at that. Like a pro, baby. Like a pro. I know. I'm pitiful. I'm bragging about shoelaces and how I've laced them up. That's embarrassing. But we'll move on to the second one here. I think you get the idea. Get those things going. And we're not done yet, so hang with me. You think we just lace them up and walk away, but we're going to do one more step here. Get those laced up. Everything looks pretty even and good. Yep, I'm happy with that. Now our final step, if you remember earlier, we put on a layer of Vaseline. I am going to loosen these up just a little bit here. Get those looking nice. We put on a layer of Vaseline right after we finished cleaning, when they were slightly damp still, to trap that moisture in, if you remember. So the final step is to apply a little bit of Vaseline, which is, basically moisturizer, right, to these shoes when they are dry. Now we're not going to glob it on just like we didn't before, but we are going to put a nice layer, a nice shine of Vaseline on the shoe, and we're going to pretty much do the whole thing, avoiding the shoelaces, of course, all this, the fronts, the sides, and we're just going to rub it in just like that. And you're going to notice a kind of a deeper look to it. in terms of color anyway. We'll get the other shoe as well. And, you know, you can pay more attention to the tops of the shoes. To me, the toes of the shoes like get a little bit more damaged, if you will, over time, a little more scuffed up. So I like to put a little bit more of attention on that top. But you can see how dark and rich that color is already. And it's not, if you like touch it, it's not going to like wipe off on your finger. So that's how I clean my leather shoes, and hopefully this video helps you out. We'll end the video with some nice shots, final shots here for you. You know, and how often you do this totally depends on how much you use them, but that's my method and I'm sticking to it. Have a good one.